Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. This video is something that I wanted to do because it's a question I'm frequently asked in my weekly question and answer videos. Something that I'm hoping will help you guys alleviate some guilt, possibly shame, for having to leave narcissistic family. And now I'm not calling anybody a narcissist, I want to be clear with that. Narcissistic is not the personality disorder, although a lot of us have narcissists in our family. I'm speaking of narcissistic. If we have family that's codependent or abusive, neglectful, they argue, they're controlling, maybe addictions, maybe they smear you, bullying, or they're just sick. And we want to not have them in our life anymore. Although we feel this compulsion, this responsibility to be there for our family. And I'm here to tell you, you have none. The only responsibility we have in our life is to take care of ourselves and our children. Something that maybe our family failed to do, take care of their children. For one, I want you to know that we choose who we want to be. We are the ones that choose who we want to be, and if we don't like something about ourselves, we can change it and we can recreate ourselves and who we want to be every single day. I think that's very important to understand. And if I can get you to believe that, it will help. We choose our family. We aren't born into responsibility for other people. That is not how the world works. That might be how your family works. That's not how the rest of the world works. And that does not work that way, to be responsible for our family. This is a very sensitive issue and topic for many of you. I know that. I understand that. When I talk about this, I think about people who have parents who are old and suffering and dying, and we want to be there and take care of them. You can do whatever you want, and that is very commendable. I understand it. I did it. I took care of my mother until she passed. She needed it. She needed help, and nobody else in the family would help her. And I took care of her until she passed, and I'm glad I did. She was a beautiful person. But I have to make this video. I feel a total need to, for a lot of you, hundreds, maybe thousands of you. So let me help you understand this. I don't want to make this a long video. Our toxic family made us dependent on them and never supported our autonomy, our own self, becoming our own self, expressing ourself and taking care of ourselves and giving ourselves what we need. So caretakers, some responsibility they have. Father, for one, must be involved and show direction, help us find direction. And mother keeps us safe and secure. But together, caretakers must meet our emotional needs. And they must keep us safe by removing us from danger. And they must teach us emotional responsibility. And many of you watching this video, I hope you begin to understand if some of those have not happened for you, if you did not receive some of that. So typically what happens is, why this happens is our caretakers have a void. They most likely didn't get what they needed, weren't safe from danger, were not ever taught emotional responsibility themselves. And that's real common. And I'm not excusing parents at all. I'm trying to help you guys understand that, like yourself may have an emotional void or had one, most likely it's because your parents did. What happens in this situation, and I talk about this a lot in other videos, so I won't get too far into it, but parents, caretakers, must give all their attention to their children. And we can't take that, as if I'm a parent, parents can't take that attention off from the child, because focusing attention on your child really forces the child to do that as well, to give them self-attention. And this is what teaches them safety, how to express themselves, their own autonomy, find out who they are, and give themselves what they need to take care of themselves. When parents have a void and they didn't get enough attention, they didn't get enough love, and they have this void, the attention is taken off the child and onto their void, and so is the child's attention. Therefore, not allowing to express themselves. It's very common for toxic family, narcissistic family to try to tell you who you are. They'll tell you what you need. They'll tell you what you should do, what you should want, how you should feel. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should feel guilty. You are selfish for not being there for me, for not giving me what I want. You're a selfish child. And when you do what I want, which is to give me what I want, you're a good boy, good girl. And that can't be more wrong and absolutely damaging. We decide who we are, not our parents, not our siblings, not our friends, not our government, nobody. And when someone tells you who you are and it's not true, they don't know you. That is something very important with toxic family, narcissistic family. They don't know you because they don't allow you to express your emotions. They don't ask. They tell you how to feel. You should feel guilty. They'll try to install fear and fearmonger. They'll try to make you feel ashamed. All manipulation to give them what they want and what they need from you. They are needy. They need you. They've become dependent on you emotionally. And when you try to leave, they will do everything they can to keep you from doing that. Almost anything. I've heard some crazy stuff before. These are forms of parentification, when the child becomes the parent. And that can be towards your parents. And if you have narcissistic parents, you most likely have narcissistic siblings if you have siblings. And so we are often parentified to take care of the siblings because the parents aren't parenting you. They aren't going to parent your siblings. And they'll put that responsibility onto you as well. This does not allow you to be who you want to be, to live your life the way you want, to give yourself what you need and want, to feel good, to be happy. They believe you are there to serve them, and you are responsible for them. When we give our child everything they need emotionally, not physically, everything they need physically, yes, but not the world, right? But we must give children everything they need emotionally, everything, and so that they are dependent on the parents. But all the attention is on the child, teaching them how to take care of themselves, teaching them that their emotions are their responsibility, because in a toxic family, the family will have emotions and they believe it's your responsibility to make them feel better, and they don't know how to do that. And we try. And we try to do it for other people growing up as adults instead of taking care of ourselves first. Love ourselves first. So we feel guilty. We feel guilty not doing what they want. We feel guilty expressing what we want and how we feel. We could just say, I feel this way. They may not listen. They may shame you. They may tell you it's your fault. They'll do things and say, it's your fault, I did it. I hurt you, but you started it. You hurt me. They will tell you it's okay to abuse you. They will deny. They will blame. They'll do whatever they can to not take responsibility, personal responsibility, and place that on you by taking no accountability. This can be damaging, and this can lead to never learning how to take care of ourselves and never having any kind of healthy relationships with people in our adulthood. We could leave our families behind, which may be the best choice, and still not feel good about it and feel guilty about it for 40 years. I see it a lot. So it doesn't matter what you do. It only matters how you feel about it. And if you have toxic family and it feels bad and you can't fix that, there is no other choice but to leave them, in my opinion. There may be some way to keep contact with a member of your family or all of them, as long as it feels good to you. Relationships are meant to add comfort in our lives, all of them, not stress. And that doesn't mean, well, I have good friends and I have a good boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife and my children are healthy and nice, but my nuclear family, my caretakers and my siblings aren't healthy, but I gotta be there for them, and it doesn't feel good, but it's my responsibility. No, it is not. No, it is not. Nobody says that. Nobody healthy believes that. And there are healthy people out there that don't understand this, and that's okay, because their family isn't toxic. Their family isn't controlling, demanding, judgmental, sick. So they don't understand it. They would never leave their family. And that's who they are. And that's great, but they don't have our families. Right? Everyone out there, please learn how to take care of yourself first if you're not. It'll never serve you to put anybody else before you. Never. You're doing yourself an injustice, and you don't have a future this way. Because if we can't learn how to manage or have boundaries with our family, we won't in adulthood. There is much to learn about relationships, and they're the most important thing in our lives. And our parents didn't teach us this, and we must learn this now. It's not about finding the right person. It's not about making our families happy and taking care of them. It's not. Selfish isn't always bad, because the opposite is selfless. And a lot of us will live the rest of our adulthood selfless. And I don't think selfless is commendable. I really don't. I really don't. When someone says that they know somebody that is so selfless and puts everyone before them, I'm concerned for that person. I am, and I don't think that a person who's labeled as selfless, who does take care of every single person first, I don't think that there are people, healthy people, that do that. I think there are healthy people that may look like they do that, but they are, if they're healthy, they're taking care of themselves first. They're not putting everybody before them. And I encourage you, all of you, to not do that too. I hope this helps. I hope this plants a seed in your head and you start thinking about this a lot. If you are suffering from guilt, or if you still have toxic family in your life that causes stress. A lot of you have a stress disorder, and it won't be fixed with stress in your life. The first thing that has to do is the stress has to stop for our brains to heal. And healing after that means learning. Learning what our parents didn't teach us. Okay? We can always go back later, but most of us have to get out of the grips of our family. Thank you all. Please ask me any questions you like down below, and I'll answer them all. And love yourself first.